All right, Miles, what have you seen just as you've seen these players for the last couple of days and been through some of the games, and what was different about tonight's game as you kind of try to keep making progress?
The one thing that we really emphasized was getting off to a good start. In our last three games, which obviously had all been losses, we struggled at the start of games, being down double figures in all of those games in the first quarter. And then tonight, we had great energy, we had great effort, playing really well, we were aggressive, and then kind of that second quarter hit and we had a big lull, like we couldn't score, we were getting some stops, but then the Warriors were able to do enough offensively to kind of widen the gap and then for us to be down at halftime. But like I've been saying all along with this group, it's a very tough-minded group. Again, we fight back in the second half, but it just drains so much energy from our team, just being down and having to make an uphill climb each and every night.
Caroline seemed to get going offensively tonight. He got the additional minutes and all. What did you see from him?
Yeah, that was great, and that's the stuff that we kind of expected from Jordan. And he's had the groin injury that had kept him out, and then last game he was just kind of getting his feet underneath him. We threw him in the fire in the starting lineup, and it didn't go well with the first group, so his minutes were a little bit limited. But we definitely have confidence in Jordan. He showed that tonight. Like, he's so physically strong. He can get to the rim. He made either one or two threes. Defensively, he can really be bothersome. He's a good rebounder. But I'm really proud of his effort tonight.
We saw that Frank Vogel was here tonight, and of course, Kidd and Hollins and everybody. What's it been like just spending a bit of time around those guys, and how much have they had discussions about the roster versus what the big roster is?
It's been great spending. Jason Kidd has been like in all of our staff meetings, so he's been tremendous, just like sharing some thoughts and opinions on our team. So it's been, for me, because I've been with the Lakers the last couple of years, getting to know Coach Vogel, who's been out here the last 4 or 5 days, Jay Kidd, who's been around, and just getting familiarity with those guys, and they're such good basketball minds. I love picking their brains and just continuing to learn the NBA game.
You mentioned the other night, but I sort of lost my audio on Zach Norvell and the program he comes from, what you've seen from Utah to here, and the way that Mark Few develops his player. Can you talk about his basketball IQ and what you see and how he blends into the program and how he could in the future?
Well, I think Zach, one, he's a very hard worker. He picks things up very quickly to relate to his basketball IQ. He really understands the game. Defensively, he's kind of ahead of where maybe some rookies are. He understands rotations and coverages, things like that. Now there's things skill-wise he's going to need to work on. He's great catch and shoot. But as a two guard, they're going to start making him put the ball on the floor, so I think he can improve in that area. But the way that he competes each and every night has been a total plus, and that's going to really help him, hopefully, to get a permanent spot in the NBA one day.
You see Caroline's role at this level, and what are some of the things that you think he needs to continue to work on?
Well, I think he's a guy, one, that you can switch with defensively, so he's versatile because his physicality, so he can guard 1 through 4. Good enough as an athlete to be able to switch on to guys. You can see him as probably like a PJ Tucker type, be able to make spot-up threes, but he can put the ball on the floor a little bit and then be a great rebounder.
You mentioned the energy tonight. Did you feel like anyone in particular contributed to that?
I think our whole starting group, we made some changes. Marcus Allen has always been great at bringing energy off the bench tonight. I threw him in the starting lineup just to kind of bring some enthusiasm, pick up defensively, and that's kind of sparks us. Kaycock has been tremendous the whole week and a half that we've had him, and he continued to show prowess tonight in rebounding, getting to the rim, defending at a high level. And then Jordan Caroline, obviously with the extended minutes tonight, was very productive.
Is there anything in particular that stood out to you about Kaycock's approach to the game, either during games or maybe in practices or shoot-arounds or prep for this?
It's how hard he plays and the physicality that he plays with, because he's more of an undersized guy. He's probably going to have to play like a small ball 5, like a Kenneth Fareed type, which I think he could really flourish in that role because he rolls to the rim, he runs the floor, he defends at a pretty good level right now, and then he's an elite rebounder.
From what you've seen from him, do you feel like this is something that could translate to an NBA or G League floor at some point down the line?
Yeah, of course, and I think he's a guy that will have a chance to play in the NBA one day if he just continues to develop, and I think he's a guy that will relish that role of being a screener, a rebounder, a defender, and a finisher around the basket.